Welcome to DPS Baramulla. I'm your teacher Khan Salma. This is the third presentation of class 9th and today's topic is gravitation. Let's start gravitation. These are the contents of the chapter gravitation. Gravitation, Kepler's law, universal law of gravitation, force of gravitation on earth and on moon, acceleration due to gravity, free fall. Gravity, it's a Latin word, gravitas, meaning weight. Gravitation is a natural phenomenon by which all things with mass or energy, including planets, stars, galaxies, and even light, are brought toward one another. It means that gravity is also called gravitation. Gravity is the force of attraction between the earth and a body is called gravity. Gravitation is the force of attraction between any two bodies is called gravitation. So it means that gravity is also called gravitation. It is a force that exists among all material bodies in the universe. For any two objects having non-zero mass, the force of gravity tends to attract them towards each other. Every object in the universe is surrounded by a gravitational field. Gravitational force. Gravitational force is the force of attraction between any two bodies of this universe. That is the gravitation or gravitational force. For example, moving of planet around the sun in the universe. प्लैनेट जो है एक ऑब्जेक्ट है, सन दूसरा ऑब्जेक्ट है. इनके बीच में जो अट्रैक्शन होती है वो होती है बिकॉज ऑफ ग्रेविटेशन. और जो फोर्स अप्लाई होता है दैट इज़ अ ग्रेविटेशनल force. Like we have another example, the force that causes a ball you throw in the air to come down again. अगर आप एक बॉल वर्टिकली अपवर्ड्स थ्रो करते हो इट विल कम डाउन अगेन. ये आपके अर्थ पे वापस आएगी बिकॉज ऑफ ग्रेविटी. तो बॉल और अर्थ के बीच में जो फोर्स था दैट फोर्स इज द ग्रेविटेशनल force. So gravitational force is the force of attraction between any two bodies of this universe. The next slide is Kepler's law. Kepler stated the three laws to explain the motion of the planets around the sun. The three laws, that is, first law, that is law of orbits, second is the law of area, third is the law of period. In first law, Kepler's first law, that is law of orbits, he stated that each planet moves around the sun in an elliptical orbit with sun at one of the foci. जितने भी प्लैनेट्स हमारे हैं ये सन के इर्द गिर्द घूमते हैं इन एन इलिप्टिकल ऑर्बिट. इलिप्टिकल मीन्स जस्ट लाइक एलिप्स शेप, ऑर्बिट मीन्स पाथ. तो ये हमारे प्लैनेट जो है सन के इर्द गिर्द घूमते हैं इन एन इलिप्टिकल ऑर्बिट एंड सन सिचुएटेड एट वन फोकस. सन जो है एक फोकस पे रहता है. The distance of the closest approach of the planet with the sun is called perihelion, and the greatest distance of the planet from the sun is called aphelion. जो सन और प्लैनेट के बीच में जब ग्रेटेस्ट डिस्टेंस होता है उस डिस्टेंस को हम यहाँ पे एपिहिलॉन बोलते हैं. और जो क्लोजेस्ट होता है प्लैनेट और सन के बीच में उसको हम बोलते हैं पेरिहिलॉन. सो दिस इज द फर्स्ट law, that is law of orbit. Kepler's second law, that is law of areas. It's the line joining the sun and a planet swaps out equal areas in equal intervals of time. It means that the areal velocity of the planet is constant. So we have a here planet that is XY and AB. If X planet takes the same time to travel from position X to Y as from the position A to position B, that means the planets swaps out equal area in equal intervals of time. Naturally, the planet has to move faster from position A to position B. The motion of the planet is under a central force, that is gravitational force between the sun and the planet. Then the angular momentum of the planet is constant, that is the mass of the planet is constant. So the aerial velocity of the planet is constant. So we have a one question, relevant question here, that is the speed of Earth at perihelion is more than at aphelion. Explain why. And the answer is that is the aerial velocity of the Earth around the Sun is constant. The Earth has to move faster at perihelion to cover large linear distance and has to move slow at aphelion to cover small linear distance so that the aerial velocity of the Earth remains constant. So it means that the line joining the sun and the planet swaps out equal areas in equal intervals of time. This is the law of area. Kepler's third law, that is law of periods. He stated that the square of the time for a planet to complete one revolution around the sun is directly proportional to the cube of semi-major axis of the elliptical orbit. In third law, he stated that square of the time t square is directly proportional to the r cube. R cube means r is the capital R, it is the semi-major axis. The t square is directly proportional to r cube. Let us assume that Earth, the orbit of the Earth is circular and the circle is a special case of an ellipse. The gravitational force between the Sun and the planet provides the centripetal force to the planet to move in a circular orbit. As you all know that centripetal force, it is equal to mv square by r, and the gravitational force, it is equal to g. G is the universal gravitational constant. Capital M is the mass of the sun, small m mass of the planet, and by r squared. So velocity of the planet is equal to circumference of the circular orbit by time period. Circumference of the circular orbit, it is equal to 2 pi r and the time period, that is t. So we have an equation Gm by r. G is the universal gravitational constant and m is the mass of the sun divided by r. It is equal to 4 pi square r cube by t square. So t square is equal to 4 pi square r cube by gm. That is 4 pi square by gm is constant. So t square is directly proportional to r cube and t square by r cube is equal to constant. So this equation holds that good for an elliptical orbit are to be replaced by the semi-major axis of the ellipse. Universal law of gravitation. According to this law, each particle attracts each other particle in this universe. That is, the force of attraction between two particles or two objects is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. That is the Gravitational universal law of gravitation. Isaac Newton observed that an apple fell from a tree towards the earth. Then he proposed that all the particles or objects in the universe attract each other in the same manner as the earth attracts the apple. तो आइजैक न्यूटन ने ये बताया है कि पूरी दुनिया में, पूरी कायनात में एक पार्टिकल जो है दूसरे पार्टिकल के साथ अट्रैक्ट करता है, बट विथ अ फोर्स, and which is directly proportional to their masses and inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. Consider we have two particles of masses m1 and m2. हमारे पास दो पार्टिकल्स हैं जिनके masses है m1 and m2, separated by a distance that is r, और इन दोनों masses को हमने separate किया है r से. हमारे पास एक ऑब्जेक्ट है जिसका मास है m1 और दूसरा ऑब्जेक्ट है जिसका मास है m2, और इनके बीच में जो डिस्टेंस है दैट डिस्टेंस इज द r. सो द फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन बिटवीन टू पार्टिकल्स इज f. इन दोनों पार्टिकल्स के बीच में, दोनों ऑब्जेक्ट्स के बीच में जो फोर्स अप्लाई हो रहा है दैट इज f. Is directly proportional to the product of masses m1 m2. F is inversely proportional to 1 by r square. Proportionality को ख़त्म करेंगे, we will use the constant. So F is directly proportional m1 m2 by r square. F is equal to capital G m1 m2 by r square, and capital G is the universal gravitational constant. Capital G is the universal gravitational constant. So universal gravitational constant is numerically equal to the force of attraction between two bodies of mass 1 kilogram each separated by a distance of 1 meter. If m1 m2 is equal to 1 kilogram, so r is equal to 1, then capital G universal gravitational constant, it is equal to the force capital F. And the SI unit of the universal gravitational constant is Newton meter square by kilogram square. And the value of G, capital G, is 6.67 into 10 raised power minus 11 Newton meter square by kilogram square. This is the numerical value of capital G. So your next slide is acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration, as you all know, that is change in velocity by time, that is rate of change of velocity. So here the question is acceleration due to gravity. The acceleration experienced by a body due to gravitational force of the earth is known as acceleration due to gravity. जब भी हम किसी ऑब्जेक्ट को फ्री फॉल करते हैं, छोड़ते हैं, तो उस ऑब्जेक्ट में क्या होता है, उसमें वेलोसिटी चेंज होती है क्योंकि पहले ऑब्जेक्ट रेस्ट पे होता है. जब आप ऑब्जेक्ट को छोड़ते हो इट चेंज इट्स वेलोसिटी. सो चेंज इन वेलोसिटी मीन्स एक्सेलरेशन. तो ऑब्जेक्ट को अर्थ जो है अपनी तरफ लेती है. अब इस ऑब्जेक्ट में क्या प्रोड्यूस हुआ, एक्सेलरेशन भी प्रोड्यूस हुआ, और एक्सेलरेशन किसकी वजह से प्रोड्यूस हुआ, ग्रेविटी की वजह से, क्योंकि ऑब्जेक्ट जो है उसको ज़मीन अपनी तरफ ले रही है, अर्थ जो है उस ऑब्जेक्ट को अपनी तरफ ले रहा है. तो ऑब्जेक्ट में वेलोसिटी चेंज हुई. वेलोसिटी चेंज इन वेलोसिटी मींस एक्सेलरेशन, क्योंकि ऑब्जेक्ट जो है वो फ्री फॉल हो रहा है बिकॉज ऑफ द ग्रेविटी, and that is the acceleration due to gravity on the earth. So it means that the acceleration experienced by a body due to the gravitational force, क्योंकि ऑब्जेक्ट और अर्थ के बीच में जो उस टाइम फोर्स था that is the gravitational force of the earth, that is known as acceleration due to gravity. For example, we have a one body and the mass of the body is small m. It's lying on the surface of Earth. And the radius of the Earth is capital R. So, the gravitational force acting on the body of mass m due to Earth is equal to the gravitational force between the mass m and the mass of the Earth, capital M. So, the gravitational force acting on the body of mass of the object, that is small m, due to gravity is by, that is, F is equal to, F is the force, G is the universal gravitational constant. Capital M is the mass of the earth. Small m is the mass of the object. R is the radius of the earth. So F is equal to G capital M small m by R square. So the acceleration experienced by the body of mass m, अब आपके ऑब्जेक्ट में एक्सेलरेशन प्रोड्यूस हुआ है बिकॉज ऑफ द ग्रेविटी. So small g is equal to F by m. Small g is the acceleration due to gravity. So small g is equal to gm by r square. Small g जो होता है that is acceleration due to gravity वो बराबर होता है universal gravitational constant capital M mass of the earth r square radius of the earth. So small g is equal to capital G capital M by r square. So the value of the g on the surface of earth is small g is equal to capital G capital M by r square. M is the mass of the earth, r is the radius of the earth. So small g जो होता है the value of the g small g on the surface of the earth is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. The value of the g small g on the surface of the earth, it is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. So which is the expression of the acceleration due to gravity, that is small g is equal to capital G capital M by r square. Small g is the acceleration due to gravity and the value of the acceleration due to gravity on the surface of the earth is 9.8 meter per second square. So acceleration due to gravity is the acceleration experienced by a body due to the gravitational force of the earth, that is known as the acceleration due to gravity. Factors on which the value of g acceleration due to gravity small g depends. The value of the acceleration due to gravity small g depends upon the mass of the earth or a planet and the size, that is radius of the earth or the planet. Therefore, the value of the acceleration due to gravity does not depend on the mass of the earth. Your next slide is that is mass. Mass, as you all know, that it's a measure of the amount of matter in an object. In physics, mass of a body is its inertia or resistance to change of motion. Mass is basically both a property of a physical body and a measure of its resistance when a net force is applied. That means mass is a measure of the amount of matter in an object. SI unit of mass is kilogram. Weight Weight is defined as the force exerted on a body by gravity. आप ऐसे ही समझ लो that weight जो होता है it is the force of Earth's gravity. It's expressed in the formula that W is equal to mg, small m. W is the weight, m is the mass, and g is the acceleration due to gravity. So W is equal to mg. Weight जो है ये बराबर होता है mass of the object and acceleration due to gravity. Now your next slide is difference between mass and weight. मास ऑफ अ बॉडी remains constant. मास जो है एक बॉडी का हमेशा कांस्टेंट रहता है. वेट ऑफ अ बॉडी चेंज फ्रॉम प्लेस टू प्लेस. लेकिन जो वेट होता है ये चेंज होता है. जहाँ हर जगह पे हर प्लेस पे वेट जो है बॉडी का चेंज हो जाता है. व्हेन वी गो बिलो और अबव द सरफेस ऑफ अर्थ the weight of a body changes. Mass of a body is never zero. मास जो है बॉडी का कभी भी ज़ीरो नहीं होता है. वेट ऑफ ए बॉडी एट द सेंटर ऑफ द अर्थ इज़ ज़ीरो. जब हम अर्थ के सेंटर पे पहुंच जाते हैं वहाँ पे जो वेट होता है दैट इज़ इक्वल टू ज़ीरो. मास इज़ अ स्केलर क्वांटिटी. वेट इज़ अ वेक्टर क्वांटिटी. But the SI unit of mass is kilogram and the SI unit of weight is Newton because weight is the force of Earth's gravity. These are the some notations. Radius of Earth is equal to 6.4 into 10 raised power 6 meter. Mass of Earth 5.98 into 10 raised power 24 kilogram. G, capital G, universal gravitational constant. It's equal to 6.67 into 10 raised power minus 11 Newton meter square by kilogram square. Small g, acceleration due to gravity. It is equal to 9.8 meter pi square, meter per second square. Thank you. Thanks for watching.